Dímelo, Bo, Dominican York. What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Hey, get to it. I have a new delivery today from the SNKRS app Shock Drop that I am super happy to have in hand. This is the Mr. Hou on the right, and this is the delivery from the SNKRS app today. I did peek at one of the shoes. I think it was the left. But then I put the boxes together. I was like, yo, this is pretty close. At first I thought they were identical, but I think there might be a shade. I'm not sure. What do you guys think? I put them, honestly, size-wise, identical. Height-wise, identical. They are an exact duplicate of each other. The size tags look identical to the naked eye. The font on the Mr. Hou's a little thicker. It's the way it appears, but that's all so crazy. Going to the top of the box, we do have a stamp on the Nike SNKRS app pair 2022, and then some other number. And then here is the Mr. Hou 2203 1806. You know, so they're there. The quality of the box is identical. Looking at swoosh logo. So this is really on point so far. They are identical to me, to the naked eye. There might be differences in the thickness of the end. There might be some shade differences. And it might be some lighting. I don't know. But let's go ahead and take each pair out. This is the Mr. Hou pair. I just wore these yesterday again, I think. Does have your tissue paper. We'll compare those right now. Okay, so the tissue paper looks pretty much the same. They feel the same. Wow. Mr. Hou, this is an LJR batch. Early when it landed. I've had these for at least, it feels like 2 months, but who knows. Now, one thing recently, I'm going to take these officially out for the first time. I did take a shot of these. But one thing I noticed, I know that somebody recently in a YouTube video was talking about how, and I guess there is a curve. There's a slight curve, but it's pretty flat. But somebody was just talking about how the retail pairs always come curved, and the UA pairs don't always come curved. Something to consider, but this pair didn't appear curved to me. And I'm going to keep the left shoe out. So there's the, but I'm going to take both of these out because I haven't seen them yet. But let's see what the other side looks like. Get this box out of the way. I wish I had a bigger table. I need more room. Oh, this tongue is kind of more curved, but you see this one's kind of flat overall. Wow. So this is my pair from SNKRS app that just arrived today. All right. Then look at that. Now these are worn, obviously. Oh. Let's take a look at the yellows. There might be a shade difference. To the naked eye, gosh, it's hard to say. I can see distinction. The Mr. Hou pair, if you look at the ridging, like the little edging everywhere, it's broader or bigger or more apparent on the UA pair versus the retail pair. You see that? Like the micro edging is finer on the retail pair, which is on the left side, than on the right. But color's pretty spot on. Pattern in general is spot on. Again, you do see some differences in sizing of the actual bottom, the bottom print, right? The grippy print, what actually touches the ground. Let's take a look at the Nike emblem there. It's the first time I've noticed writing back there. Don't know what it says. And it seems to have the writing on that one too, but not as clear. Oh, look at that gunk. Sorry. Get that out of the way. This is interesting. But if this isn't a spot-on shoe, I don't know what is. Let's look at the stars. Pretty much on point. Is there a size difference? Seems like there's more yellow bottom in the front of the retail than there is of the rep. Now this is real finicky, right? This is me getting real anal about details. Leather qualities on the toes look great. Usually you see differences in the sizing of the holes. There may be a slight difference. The holes of the retail are slightly larger. But everything else really matches up beautifully. These look immaculate. Let's look at the heels. This time, my retail is on the right. Look at this. The retail doesn't have as much of an hourglass as the rep. And it might be because I've worn them. And it might be because these are not laced. I don't know. But also, if you noticed, the rear tab, to me, looks neater on the rep. It looks slanted on the retail. Lines at the top. The cuts look cleaner on the rep. Pretty consistent on both for stitching. The stitching holes seem slightly, well, whatever. This is all looking at minute details, but it's not often that I do a rep versus retail. I really don't ever do it. I've done maybe 3. Tongues are consistent, a little more vibrant on the rep, I think, slightly. That's a weird variant. All right, we'll take those out in a second. Let's look at, they both came with die cut sock liner, die cut sock liner, identical, pretty much identical, guys. Pretty much identical so far. This is interesting. Very slight differences. Dream Cell insole. Dream Cell insole. Color difference. A richer yellow on the retail. And maybe because I wore it, nope. Paler on the, definitely paler on the rep. But both Dream Cell, both correct sizing. Yep. Both feel as fuzzy as the other. Let's see the quality of that Nike Air. It's kind of dull, bit brighter and shinier there. These threads seem to go across, and these seem to go north to south. At least that's the way it appears to me. Yeah, look, the threading goes across from west to east or east to west, and then here it goes north to south. Very minute details. All right, Let's get those out of the way. Get back to the shoes. We'll finish there with a black light test. Let's compare the height. Look, there's more. Same kind of arch. Similar arch. The retail, again, is not laced. So that the retail is on the right. It has more neck. The neck seems to be more leather. Is it taller? Not really. No. Let me look at it from the bottom. Same height. Same height. I was just looking at it off camera. It's the same height. Just appears that this gap right here is taller at certain angles. Looking at the insole. Well, let's look at the size tag first. This is the retail, size 9. Production in 119.22, 49.22. Remember, this is different even on retail to retail, because I just did the Fire Red 3s, and those had different ending production dates. Same beginning, but different ending production dates. This is a size 9 production from 12/21 to 2/22. So this has an earlier date, as if this was an earlier production, and I have had it longer. I've definitely had this several months longer than these, and there is a difference even in the front. Look at this. Let's zoom back out. Yeah, we said that earlier. Look at that. I just noticed it again, how this yellow lip goes up higher on the retail compared to the rep. Again, a variant that I think can happen anywhere at any time. Love it when they are factory. Look at this. Look at how great that stitching looks. Has that soft bottom. It's not strobel. Great stitch work. Slanted for the most part. Really great construction or stitch work, it looks like. And then going with the rep. Wow, they did their thing too. Same thing, not a strobel bottom. Good stitch work, a little bit short in the back, but consistent. Reinforced that side. Yeah. If this isn't a UA, I don't know what is. As close as you're going to get to a shoe that's not the shoe, that's the shoe. I know it sounds ridiculous, but this is the real deal, man. Mr. Hou did their thing. LJR batch. This is the LJR batch with Mr. Hou. Again, be careful ordering through Mr. Hou on Instagram, because there is a fake Mr. Hou that claims to be the Mr. Hou. Even when you obviously chat with them, they're going to say, oh, no, the other guy's a fake guy. So be careful. I recommend, if you are looking, study, look into it. Hit me up on IG at rivera.bo if you really want, show you some places to look on, different places on, you want to find other people that have done this already and find trusted sellers. So I don't condone the buying and selling of reps. Don't sell reps as retail. It's an awful thing to do, and I would never. I've held all the reps, and I've got them all in the corner of my box. I've got a lot of reps that don't make the cut, that are flawed. So those I do want to get rid of. I don't know how. I feel like maybe I can charge for them. I mean, I don't know. That's something for me to think about. But I think I'm just going to give them away. I really do. I think I'm just going to give them away. So obviously the shipping can be free. I'm not going to pay for shipping and cost me money. But you can reach out to me on Instagram if you're a 9.5 or a size 9. I do have some shoes that to me I can give away. But anyway, I want to thank you for hanging out with your boy. This has been, to me, a great comparison. Let's finish it off with the black light and see what the retail is doing first, which is going to be clean. I know the Mr. Hou is clean. No watermarks. And this is from SNKRS app. There's a watermark. That's kind of what you expect, watermarks. And again, if you guys want to see the Mr. Hou, super, super clean. I don't remember seeing a watermark. Very well could be, but there is not. Very clean shoe. I've rocked this several times. This is a shoe you can rock anywhere and not feel uncomfortable about anything at all. And that's what I look for. Okay, I think that's the real thing. You want to be able to wear your shoes, and I don't give a fuck about people, but I also don't want people giving a fuck about me in a way, right? So I don't want them to be like, wow, those shits are fake as fuck. That's why we look for high quality stuff that may cost a little more sometimes, but I can rock these any day of the week, anywhere, take trips. I can rock these anywhere, anywhere. And you won't feel uncomfortable. So we look for different sellers. There's a lot out there that are trusted, that you won't get scammed at, because unfortunately I come across people that have gotten scammed. One was off the Mr. Hou. I think he never got his stuff, but I will need to reach out to that person again and see if they actually got their shoes. I hope they did. I really hope they did, because then that person at least is providing a service and not stealing from people. But I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me. This has been your Uncle Bo. This has been a good one. It's been pretty long in the making. I should have bought a retail one already off StockX because the prices were so cheap. By the way, last sale was $185 in the size 9 that I purchased. Obviously, you're going to have to pay fees after that. So buying them off the SNKRS app was a lot better, because that was only 180 plus shipping. And they're up to 180 officially, even though I've paid 180 for other ones up till now. Green button on size 9 is $192. So you add about $30 to $40 in fees, depending where you live. And you're talking about $250, $240. So that's a significant amount of money over retail, $60. And you probably will be able to hit. Hopefully, again, I saw that those who hit on the shock drop can still purchase again, because Nike's giving us the opportunity. I remember that shock drops don't count against you buying the shoe. It's a shock drop. It's a thing of its own. They don't count against you buying the shoe, even though the next day it did say purchased, and it did not allow us to. It didn't look like we were going to be able to buy the shoe on the 24th when it releases. And again, this releases on the 24th. There's a lot of hype about this shoe being close to a shattered backboard. I've never owned one. I've got a UA, but it's a low budget UA. I really need a good shattered backboard, but I'm not thirsting for it. I think I've got all the colors. I think I've got all the toes. I've got the green, the purple, the blue. The blue's a retail, by the way. My blue toe is a retail. I've never bought a UA blue toe, but I bought it pre-owned. $200. It was a steal. So the green, the purple, the blue, the yellow, of course, and then the orange. It's the 5 colors, right? Yep. Did I say red? Red. So let's go over. That's 6 colors. The purple, the green, we always put those together. Then there's the blue and the yellow, and then there's the orange and the red. And those don't necessarily go together, but that's 6. So that is a nice little picture that I need to set up. Tell me what you guys think. Sorry that I took so long, but I like sharing time with you guys. I really do. I just finished the documentary with the Video Music Box. It really made me feel nostalgic to a lot of the things, because I'm a Video Music Box baby. I mean, you know, adolescent, because I grew up. I became a man during those years, or thought I was becoming a man during those years. And I really grew up on Video Music Box. And giving a shout out. Who didn't dream about giving a fucking shout out on Video Music Box? But I wasn't out there in those clubs like that. And I was kind of younger, and, you know, grew up very religious household. And when I started hanging, I was just hanging to be outside, man. I was outside. I was outside early, man. Probably 11 or 12 years old. I was probably 11 or 12 years old, and I was outside. So I'm 47 now. There's a lot of shit I did young, super young, that helped me mature earlier. So I got to thank New York City for raising me. I got to thank my parents for bringing me here, and they're the ones that raised me. But I also appreciate that I was raised in New York City, even though I lived in Orlando for 5 years. But all my life, New York City raised me. So I'm a Dominican York. If you ask where Dominican York comes from, I found that phrase somewhere, and when I read what this person felt about being a Dominican York, it really resonated with me, and that's exactly who I identify as. So that's why my nickname is Bo, and then you got Dominican York. So again, it's your Uncle Bo. I want to thank you for hanging out with me. Que Dios te bendiga. Peace.